Wow.
Yes,
Hold it.
sir,
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Okay.
I do not know what any of that has with any defense you have regarding this property.
Well, I'm just saying how I
But
got
you know
here.
what? You can't just come in disparaging and talking about people or groups of people, because if that's what you're going to do and not get to, no, you want to overtalk me? I don't think that's going to happen. Not in my courtroom.
I can't see who's talking, sir. I thought it was a lawyer.
You can't see who's talking? It's me, the one in charge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm almost not going to like you now. No. You brought this in. Do you have another case?
I do. BSJ.
Really?
Yes. Again, plus.
Oh, we'll do it. BSJ Real Estate versus Manolo. Is it Placinia?
That's close as I could get to.
Are there and a second defendant? No, I don't.
I believe it's Manolo.
There's only one listed on my cardstone. David. Well, hold on a second.
One defendant, that's his full name.
Yeah, they have it wrong on here.
He is one of the plaintiffs.
He's a plaintiff. Okay, what I have here is Manolo David Asenia. Now that we've gotten that straight and are really sideways. Are they here? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead. What is your plan?
Your Honor, the plaintiffs purchases property at a Washtenaw County Sheriff's foreclosure sale on March 11th, 2020. On that same day, they posted for an interior inspection pursuant to MCL 600.3238. In the inspection notice, they did provide a time for the inspection and contact information, and the defendant needed to arrange another day or time. No inspection was granted on the date, and plaintiffs have not heard from defendant. Defendant failed to appear last Friday in front of the magistrate, failed to appear today. I would ask the court to enter default judgment with possession tended from today.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. No redemption amount retention.
Your Honor.
That's it for me?
That's it for me.
All right. Everybody else is happy that you're going. Oh, no, I didn't. Take care. Could have led with that one. All right. Court does call the case. Is it McCalla Green versus James Sanders?
Yes, Your Honor. Gary Popovitz appearing on behalf of McCalla Green. Thank you for allowing us to appear by Zoom today.
Yes, and I have James Sanders and Garrett Sanders.
James.
Oh,
Where?
All right. Gonna have to turn off one of the devices. Oh, he's in the same room as.
He doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Yes, it is. Thank you, sir. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Thank you, Your Honor. We also, just for purposes of the record, McCalla Green's property manager, Alicia, is also here by screen. She's there. Alicia and I spoke this morning as an update. This is a non-payment case. There is currently $5,535.21 due and owing for past due rent pursuant to the ledger. In addition to that, there's a filing fee of $130, court mailing fee of $26, service fees of $91.24, and a statutory attorney fee of $75 is being requested. To my understanding, the Sanders have attempted to secure financial assistance from a third part from the state. I'm not exactly sure if it was DHS or another agency. That was recently denied. We are not opposed to perhaps a breakout room or some further discussions for these folks to discuss potentially an extended period of time for which maybe we include May to give them some time to reach a global resolution here. Ultimately, they'll have to pay the rent, but we are open to working with them or discussing some options. I don't know if you're agreeable to assigning or pushing us in a breakout room so we could talk about.
I am not.
Okay. All right.
I'll just cut to the chase on
I
that.
appreciate that.
Sir, do you wish to talk with plaintiff's counsel?
Oh,
See if
yes.
something can be worked out?
Yes.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this out to April 24th, 2026 at 12 noon. That is also an in-person hearing. You can file the forms to appear via Zoom if necessary. And sir, on your paperwork, you will see a phone number for the attorney's office. Call them, see what you guys can work out, and then we'll reconvene next week.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you,
folks.
Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Have a good afternoon and weekend.
You could do the same.
All right.
Thank
Vanima Avis, LLC. This is Bag Global Holdings.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ian Bolton on behalf of Vanima.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andrew Bean on behalf of the defendant.
All right.
Your Honor, Your Honor, is there a recording available for this hearing? I'd love to show that last lady to some other people.
You'd like to? I'm sure you would. Anyway, I have before me, I believe, a conditional order of dismissal signed by the parties in this case, and both parties, I think, being represented. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Earlier this week, as promised by the tenant, they did retain counsel. Mr. Bean is here and present, and he and I have spoken. Happy to report that we've worked out a negotiated resolution to the unpaid rent. So,
all right, very good. I will thank you for making that one easy for me. I will sign off on that. Then mark this file as conditionally dismissed, gentlemen. Thank you.
Your Honor, and thank you for granting my very last minute request for Zoom. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
Honor, I could be better. I was on coming in, but somebody had been hacking my Wi-Fi all morning, and I was on the phone with Xfinity. Apparently there's been an iPhone and a few other phones hacking into my stuff. And I'm from the 80s. I don't even understand how this works. And apparently everybody can just hack your stuff.
Okay. All right. Where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this is a straightforward termination of tenant's case. My plaintiffs are the owners of the property at 939 Madison Street. They bought that property from the owner in February of this year. They did send a 30-day notice on February 17th. There is no lease of any kind from the prior owner or the current owners. Plaintiffs were just looking for possession.
Ms. Zimmerman, what do you have to say to that?
Okay. Oh my gosh, Your Honor. I wish I had less to say. Let me begin with, I'm 38 and I've never been evicted from anywhere. But I did not acquire residency in this property from said woman in paperwork. Her name was Teresa Doris. So I thought that was a little odd. I do recall a Linda son being in a nursing home. So that's why I was like, the whole reason I was in here was to fix up the property, which I've been doing. I don't want to live here. Trust me. Like, I don't. The neighbors are horrible. Like, everything's a bad time. And the police, they won't do anything for anybody, really. And maybe just not for me. I don't know. I've only lived in Michigan for almost 3 years.
Okay.
I've been here since December 23. Your Honor, I have 6 animals, 4 of which I acquired while I was here of stray cats. So I have 4 stray cats from Ypsilanti, and I came with my dog and my snake. So I have 6 pets, Your Honor, and as Teresa Doris knew, I was fighting for my children in Illinois. I'm in a custody battle over there, which is actually not even a custody battle. It's a Darville conspiracy / a bunch of things. And I'm in courts. I'm not even a criminal, never have been, in Michigan, Illinois, and Tennessee currently.
Okay. So the issue for me in this case is that the owner of the premises has sent a notice seeking to have the property returned to them. Okay.
Correct. So
And-
I was gonna get up to get like an official copy of the deed, because just because I've been lied to so many times, I feel like it wasn't even sold. Like nobody came to look at it. Why would you just buy a house you never looked at?
You don't have paperwork with you.
Judge, I do have the quick
I'll have
deed. To give you a little background. The plaintiffs bought the property at foreclosure sale.
Okay.
They were in communication with the owner, who then gave them a quick claim deed. So they bought the property on both ends of the deal. So they don't have to wait for the redemption period. I do have a copy of the quick claim deed, though.
That's
Did you
probably
hear
just,
that?
I did hear that, Your Honor. I just feel bad for the elderly woman, I guess, Linda Sen, who was the owner. Because, yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but I reported it to adult services. And like everybody in Michigan, it just seems like nobody cares.
Well, thank you for
Attempting to do everything. Yeah.
disparaging the state that I was born in and very proud to be a resident
Oh,
of.
no,
But
not like that. Nothing like that.
no, we just take
Nothing
it.
like
We just
that.
take it. There are a lot of us that care, but about a lot of things.
Okay, I'm not saying I wasn't saying it like that. I meant to say, unfortunately, as my time has shown here, the people I've met were not trustworthy. And unfortunately, that's been the case for me, especially with Ypsilanti police.
Okay, well, you just got to pick
I'm
better
responsible
people.
for the entire state.
I don't know what you want me to do with that. There are wonderful,
Sir,
beautiful
just an honest woman, that's all.
who are, ma'am, I
Yeah.
need to know if there's a defense to this action. Otherwise, I'm going to issue a
Yes,
judge.
sir. Yes, Your Honor. So
What is your defense?
I was well, does it matter because it's not written down? It's just in text messages and voice recordings. Teresa Doris had promised me said property, who she claimed to have owned the property, okay, when I first moved in December 23. And because she knew I
You
was looking for
understand that the property
to bring
got
the board.
foreclosed on.
Yes, I did, but I just don't understand how somebody could like hoodwink some like so there's just this maniac then on the loose, I guess, in Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor area named Teresa Doris, who's just
So
rented
there are
people.
maniacs in Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti?
Oh yes,
This
there's
is-
crackheads on my street, and there's crack
I
dealers.
know, right? Yeah, okay. Because it's the only place that exists. Go ahead, ma'am.
I never said that.
Okay, I'm just trying to get to your defense, please.
Okay, so I was said to inherit house because I'm a medical assistant from Illinois, and I was said to inherit house by giving medical advice to Linda Sen, who was later introduced to me by name. And I was to like be a caregiver for her, but then she kept ending up back in a nursing home, back in a nursing home, back in a nursing home. So, and Teresa Doris would never, if it's a, with all due respect to any gay people or transgender, because I do not hate against anybody.
Oh, so what? Wow, wow, wow.
Yes,
Hold it. Hold it.
sir, I did
Stop
say that.
talking. Stop talking.
Okay.
I do not know what any of that has with any defense you have regarding this property.
Well, I'm just saying how I
But
got
you know
there.
what? You can't just come in disparaging and talking about people or groups of people, because if that's what you're going to do and not get to, no, you want to overtalk me? I don't think that's going to happen. Not in my courtroom.
I can't see who's talking, sir. I thought it was a lawyer.
You can't see who's talking? It's
No,
me,
you're
the
tiny
one
and
in charge.
Okay, I will not talk over you.
The born and bred Michigander that is proud of everyone that lives in this darn state. That's who you're talking to.
I never said I wasn't proud. I was proud to be here too. That's where I came to.
What's your defense?
My defense is that everybody's been lying to me.
Okay,
I
but
didn't know
that's
it
not a
was for
defense
sale.
to the property.
I didn't
If
know
you
it
wish
was
to take a
for
civil action against somebody, the owners of the premises haven't lied to you.
Well, that's correct. That's true. I did reach out to the lawyer to try to inform him before this happened in front of you, sir. But he did not return my phone call, that's fine. But you know, I have lupus myself. I have 5% Senegalian heritage, and I was really happy to, you know, live here like for the time I had. But I never had a judge yell at me before. This is kind of weird. But yes,
I'm
in the
not
paperwork,
yelling at you. I'm just, you have never heard me yell, because if I'm yelling at you, you're going to know. And it's going to be a very short conversation. So I'm letting this go much longer than I would if anybody I'm yelling at.
Thank
Ask
you.
that guy. No.
It was a long story, and it's not a good one either.
I don't see it an issue here that I could even set a trial on or anything else like that.
I concur, Your Honor.
I mean,
So I'm going to find no tribal issue after hearing in this matter. I'm going to grant a judgment possession. There is no redemption amount. Writ to issue in days.
Thanks.
I just got it last month, and I was promised a car. So how do you expect me to go anywhere? I'm just going to sit on the lawn with my 6 animals when I'm a single mom.
I don't deal with all of the other promises that people may have made to you. I'm dealing strictly with the real estate issue here in front of me.
That's fine.
And
okay.
I am now done.
Too. It seems like all the black folks are racist.
I am now done.
Okay, I'm sorry that we had this interaction.
Thank you. There's a mute button somewhere, isn't there? Thank you. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Legends of Rosewood Village versus Susan Weisberg.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, Miss Weisberg.
Hello.
All right.
Your Honor, Jackie Snyder, Qatar, on behalf of plaintiff.
All right. And I believe this was it your motion or what?
Your Honor, it is defendant to stay the eviction.
Yes. And go ahead with your motion, ma'am.
Okay, yes, I made a motion to stay the eviction because of circumstances that I'll document here. So if I may, I will just tell you a little of the background.
Well, ma'am, I have a problem.
Okay.
You filed the motion right before the court.
Yes.
And the check bounced.
No, it was a mistake. I corrected it. We corrected it.
We being whom?
The court and I. The clerk and I paid again. What happened? Well, no, it was just.
Do you see a payment? Hang on a second.
Okay.
I see a $20 credit card payment on April 10th. So yes.
All right. All right. I see it got corrected by a credit card payment. All right. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. I just want to say a little background that I've been a tenant, a very responsible tenant of Legends of Rosewood Village for more than 5 years. And I fell into arrears. There's a balance. The balance arose after I suffered a stroke and went through hospitalization, rehabilitation, and ongoing recovery. And that disrupted my income and my ability to keep current. So I propose that in May, and maybe the stay obviates this, but let me say what my proposal would be. In May, I can pay the current rent, $23.51, plus $1,000 toward the arrears, reducing the balance to $5,653. And in March, I paid already $1,000, which has been credited to my account. And beginning in June, my Ann Arbor school employment ends for the summer. So Social Security will be my only dependable income. And I can responsibly commit to paying $100 per month during June, July, and August into August, while continuing to pay more whenever it's possible. So, in addition to other options, I'm actively building tutoring income, and I'm being recruited for professional employment with the state of Michigan. And I just want to mention stable housing is essential to my medical recovery and to my ability to return to work successfully. So I'm asking for time to restore stable income and meet this debt responsibly, not to avoid paying it, no way, but to meet it responsibly.
Ma'am, response.
I'm sorry.
I was looking for the response to it.
To, Your Honor. Not sure if this housing is obtainable under those.
Pardon?
I'm not sure that this housing is obtainable under those circumstances,
Yeah,
especially
but
if the
how much is monthly rent?
monthly rent is $2,211. Utility charges are $140.
So
I don't know how $100 every month is gonna cut it. I don't know. For the summer, I don't.
it's not.
That's not the issue. Well, I'll tell you.
It
I'm-
is.
Well, for my, I.
May I clarify?
Go ahead.
I'm proposing only what my actual income supports. The $1,000 payment in May, which I can actually make tomorrow, is based on income I know I will receive. And the $100 summer payments are based on my fixed Social Security income after my school earnings end. I'm not asking the court to rely on uncertain income, only on what I can responsibly guarantee. And my payment history over more than 5 years at this facility, this residence, shows that this situation came from a medical crisis, not from disregard of my obligations. And yeah,
I heard everything that you said,
thank you.
but here's going to be the problem. The problem is by the time summer for those 3 months,
Mhm.
outside of any of the other bills, there's going to be about $6,000 that you're going to owe.
And we already owe.
Pardon?
We already owe $6,712 at this moment. So.
What did I say? When I pay the 1,000, it reduces that by.
No. Well, the problem is, ma'am, I couldn't, even if I wanted to, suggest to the plaintiff that you're allowed to run up that bill because you already owe money in excess of this judgment.
The judgment is for the back payment is 6,000 something, 6,650.
How much is currently owed?
$6,712.90.
$712.
That's not what the ledger shows. Excuse me.
Okay, so ma'am, how much does the ledger show?
6,653. And by the way,
6,653. Okay.
yes.
All right, so we're $100 off. But what you're asking me to do is to somehow fashion some agreement that basically would put you, well, because I haven't heard a way that you're paying all of May. So you're gonna pay 1,000 toward May, which
No,
is gonna
I'm
be a
going,
from
oh,
May, and then approximately 2,000 each month after that, which is gonna be another 7,000. So but if I were to even do that, by the time I get to the end of summer, there's gonna be a $1,300 plus that's owed. 13,000, excuse me.
excuse me, Your Honor. May will be completely paid. May will be paid, the rent will be paid plus $1,000.
Okay, so that puts us at $12,000.
Okay, now, as I said, in fact, I even sent this to the court, that I am working now to develop my tutoring business. And I just received a call today from the recruiter from the state of Michigan, who is recruiting me for a position, a professional job in the state of Michigan.
I heard you, ma'am.
Oh,
The
I'm sorry.
problem is that this hasn't been paid. You're at $6,000 as we sit here right now,
Yes, sir.
and you're asking me to stay the execution of a writ. I don't see how I can. I feel very bad for the position that you're in. I understand the position that you're in, but
Well,
as it sits right now, regrettably, this housing is unaffordable for you.
excuse me, Your Honor. If I lose this housing, my ability to recover and to pay collapses. That's what's going to happen. I could have a job tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to the recruiter this afternoon, right after this meeting. I can report back and I can let you know what happens. I'm hoping that comes through. It's a substantial job. And it would pay $38.44. At the lowest level, it pays $38.44 a month, which takes care of all of this.
Okay, and if that happens, then certainly you can contact the landlord to see if they will work something out with you. But as it sits right now here today, I don't have anything.
Oh. Your Honor, as I say, this is going to undermine completely my recovery and my ability to pay anything anywhere. So,
Ma'am, I get it, and I don't necessarily like it, but I've got to follow the law. I have to be fair to both sides. What you're
But-
proposing is not fair to the landlord.
how is there a way that I can make it fair to the landlord, more fair? Because as soon as I get money, I will contribute it. I will be paying it on this debt. The debt arose not because I was avoiding my obligation, but
Ma'am,
because
ma'am, I understand how this happened. You've explained it to me twice now. I get it. But I also understand, and if there was a reasonable time period upon which you were going to be able to take care of that back balance and kind of, this court would not have a problem trying to work with you, much to the chagrin maybe of the landlord, to try to get you caught up. I don't see a methodology by which this can be even caught up. The numbers don't work. Plain and simple. Motion to stay the writ is denied. Writ will issue upon its signing.
Oh my God.
Thank you. And court calls the case of Town Center Place versus Viola Hines. Go ahead, Captain.
All right, Jack Sanders, out order for the plaintiff.
Name?
Viola Hines.
All right. And where, this is a termination. What's the basis for the termination?
unauthorized occupant here.
And my daughter-in-law.
Your what?
My daughter-in-law.
Still there?
Yes. I sent for her birth certificate, her social security card. She has her ID and she has her benefit letter from Social Security that has her birthday and stuff on it.
So you're seeking to add her to the lease?
Yes.
Is that what you're,
Uh-huh.
is that a possibility, Counselor, or what?
Would have happened prior to coming in.
Prior to what?
Again.
So what's that mean?
Well, she's apparently been living there since October.
She's been in and out.
2025. And so I believe because she's been in and out, they gave her an application and then there's just been some stalling on the application. So by the time that we gave them the lease violation notice, a significant amount of time has lapsed for getting the paperwork together.
No, we turned the application in. And then I told
We're still
Renee,
waiting.
yeah.
Still waiting on the birth certificate, social security card, the
Mm-hmm. And she came from Oklahoma. I went and got her.
I'm sorry?
I went and got her from Oklahoma. She was homeless down there. So she's been helping us and asked for
The application's
application.
been, right, oh, I'm sorry, but the application's been turned in. So if some miracle were to occur that all of the paperwork were here right now, you're telling me you're not gonna process the application?
well, the application isn't complete without the paperwork, so it hasn't technically been.
You really want to get into technicalities with me? I don't know that.
But I do want to be specific in saying that it's not turned in until all of the paperwork is turned in, because you can't process it without the
Well, I get that.
certificate, especially because it's HUD paperwork. And I'm not trying to like, but it is HUD stuff, so it's not like I'm, you know what I
When,
mean? So I'm not trying to.
no, I hear you, but Ms. Hines, when are you gonna have when is that stuff gonna be?
I can go to Social Security, me and her, and get proof of birth identity from them till the birth certificate comes.
What
That is-
exactly, hold on a second. What exactly do you to complete the application?
We need. Might have to consult my client loans.
Oh, your fault. Trying to kill me, man. What?
Michigan ID,
Need a Michigan ID?
social security card, a benefit letter. And she has to be.
This courtroom moment delivers a strong lesson about responsibility, timing, and reality. A tenant facing eviction asks the judge for more time, explaining her hardships and promising to catch up on payments. She speaks with urgency, trying to show that she's willing to fix everything if given the chance. The judge listens, but then shifts the focus to facts. He calculates the current debt, adds upcoming rent, and shows how quickly the total will rise. Even with her proposed payments, the amount would become overwhelming. Then comes the turning point. The judge explains that the court cannot create a plan that puts the landlord at a bigger loss or delays the inevitable. The numbers simply don't support the request. And just like that, the motion is denied. In this moment, the courtroom shows its true nature. It's not about sympathy alone, and it's not about intentions. It's about what is actually possible. Because in the end, the law follows reality, and reality doesn't always give second chances.
In good standing
Good standing.
with the community.
Okay. So does she have to have a Michigan driver's license?
To be
My nephew didn't.
a Michigan ID.
They accepted him with his Oklahoma ID when I put him on my
The
lease.
compliance officer is there. Michigan ID.
Pardon?
Michigan ID.
We get it.
I don't understand why, because this is all about identity. It's not going to be about. Okay. I understand that in some ways you're the messenger.
Maybe we can submit the Oklahoma ID and see what happens,
But she doesn't have an Oklahoma ID.
Yes, she does.
She does.
Uh-huh.
Has an Oklahoma ID. Oh, but is that like that's not a driver's license, it's just an
ID.
Just an ID?
Yes.
So I thought, wow, thanks. I
bring you water.
I know, I was parched. I was just gonna dry up here. You didn't seem to care.
You're so good.
Oh no, don't pay me. No, I do appreciate it, man. I do.
The muscle, I'm pretty nice.
I don't know why she couldn't take the Oklahoma ID to SOS and get a Michigan ID. So she should be able to do that.
It could be, that could be why it's compliant, because it's just an ID maybe and not a.
Pardon?
That could be why compliance once, because it's an ID maybe and not a driver's license. Maybe.
Yeah, but they can't. No, I hear you, but I don't think they can require a driver's license as opposed to an ID. If they do, then they can come in here and tell me that, and I don't think I want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's the ID, and then there's a social security card. I didn't think anybody really had. But she can go to the Social Security Administration and get that.
That Monday.
Okay. And then you said a benefit letter.
We have that already.
You have the benefit letter already?
Yes.
So 2 out of the 3 of these things, theoretically, you have.
Yes.
Have you given that to them? Yeah.
No.
Why, Ms. Hines?
Well, because it's best I not talk to her right now. She's been harassing me.
Who?
Manager.
Okay.
So
all right.
Therefore, I'm not.
Okay.
I will take it in there. I'll have Stacy take it. And her ID.
Do you have it with you now?
No, I didn't bring it. I cut the bus. But I have it at home.
All
Her ID and her benefit letter. I had it in that brown folder when I was here on the 10th.
Gotcha. Okay, okay, so here's what you got to do. I want a copy. I want you to go get a copy of all of those. And I want a copy turned into the court.
Okay.
And then you take those other copies, those other things down to the management office, give them there. You don't have to talk to anybody.
All right.
Give them to them. And that'd be 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
And then you need a Social Security card.
Yes, and they'll give me the.
Okay, so you would have to go to the Social Security Administration.
Yes.
And I don't even know how they do the cards. Like if you go down there and you got an ID, will they?
You fill out the application and they'll give you proof of the. They'll give you proof.
I got this number. They're just sending it through the post office. God knows, I'll set this for Christmas. No.
It takes about 2 weeks. I just had babies, so it takes about 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, for a new person. Yeah.
Right.
I think they already started though at the hospital, don't they? But anyway, we'll get into all that. Okay, so if it's gonna take 2 weeks to do that. So the termination, is the rent being paid? Or are you accepting the rent or what's the deal?
No, wasn't accepting it till I got all that did.
Pardon?
Not accepting it until I got all that done.
I know, and it's because it's termination.
Uh-huh.
How much, do we know how much is owing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 1,500.
About 1,500? Okay, Ms. Hines, do you have the 1,500?
I will have it on the 30th.
Okay, very good.
So we could do escrow if your honor wishes.
Yeah, or, okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get immediately to the Social Security office.
Okay.
You have to do, all right,
Mhm.
to get that Social Security card headed on its way.
Okay.
All right, if you do that next week, and if counsel's right and it takes about 2 weeks, let's hope, okay, you to get there. The other documents, the other two things that you have, you need to get down to the office. I want a copy of those.
Okay.
You're to deposit with the court $1,500. How much is your monthly rent?
$280.
$280. So I want $1,500 and then $280 by the 1st.
Okay.
Okay. And you bring that to the court.
All right.
That's everything. Okay.
And it'd be cash.
Yes, it has
Okay.
cash. So ultimately you're going to put 1,780 into, and I'm just taking her number for the time being in any respect. And then
About right.
and then you do all of that. I will adjourn this then to May 8th.
Okay.
That's going to give council, I'm sure will be right, 2 weeks for the Social Security card, but you got to get down there right away.
Yes.
So have those other forms. And then we'll,
Is that a Friday? Your honor?
that, the 8th is a Friday. Okay. 1.
Okay.
All right, at 1 p.m.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
science, have a good weekend.
You too.
What's up with the Kansas?
I was disappointed in them.
I never liked them.
Well, I don't
Why
like.
did you wear that in front of me?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm in a bad mood now. I'm gonna,
I like them, but I don't like.
now everybody's gonna have a bad day now. Thank you, counsel.
Go one. Yeah.
I will. Linden Park versus Haley Orberg.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody, nervously appearing on behalf of Linden Park.
Orberg or Garvin? We have, oh. Wanna. Your name?
Take a change.
Oh, forget.
Destiny Garvin.
Okay, you can, that's okay. You don't have to put your hand up. All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
If you recall, this was a case where we had two tenants, Haley Forberg and Mr. Garvin. You've excused Ms. Forberg from attending today when we were here last week. Mr. Garvin was going to get caught up. We haven't received a payment. The current balance is $950, $188.54 in court costs for a total of $1138.54. No money judgment was requested.
All right.
So I just, in 6:45, 2 days ago, or it was Wednesday, so a few days, yeah, 2 days ago. They haven't received it yet because I'm on a cash restriction or a cashier's check restriction. I can't do it on mine. So that's why they haven't gotten that yet. The 28th is when I'm going to get the rest. I expected to get a little bit of help from like anybody on my end, on the outside. I couldn't find anybody. It's just true.
So by the 28th, you can have this balance cleared.
By the 28th.
Okay, so I can send that in. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to grant them a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue after hearing. for $1,138.54. You normally be granting a judgment, you'd have to pay that by the 27th. I'm going to extend the writ date to the 30th.
I appreciate it.
Okay. And then that way you get that paid and then you'll be all set.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, do I need to submit that?
Yes, you
We'll
need
get
to
that
submit a judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is that it for you?
It is. Yeah, you know, Your Honor, one other thing on that case, though.
Yeah.
I'm a little uncomfortable entering a judgment on a default basis against Miss Garvin. I don't believe she resides there. It's a possession only case, so I'm kind of inclined to put in the further orders that the case is dismissed without prejudice to her. If I have to process a writ, we've got the all other occupants language, but I'm not.
Got it. I see.
Garvin
Okay.
lives here. Garvin lives
Go
here. Froberg doesn't.
Yeah, I said
Froberg
it
does.
backwards, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You had them flipped. I understood what you meant, but we'll do it that way.
I don't feel right about taking a default against someone who wasn't supposed to be here, so.
Got it. Understood.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to do it after hearing though. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we're all set.
Okay.
Okay. Return on Investments LLC versus Jesse McNock.
Ready, Your Honor. Kevin Callahan for plaintiff. That's P78273.
Jesse McNaughton. No response. Like take a default, raise your right hand to be sworn. Well, I have a consent judgment, but do you know why they're not here?
I don't, Your Honor. Mr. McNaughton and I have had a lot of conversations about this. He signed off on a consent for the full amount to be paid in 90 days. I indicated to him that he still had to show up to court, and he's not here. So I can, if the court will enter the consent, I would really appreciate it. If not, I can do a default by the same terms. It's fine.
Yes, let's do a default by the same terms. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, this is a judgment after land contract forfeiture. Current installment payments that are past due is $8,393. That is through the month of April. $65 in court costs for a grand total redemptive amount of $8,458 to be paid within 90 days. That would be July 16th of 2026.
All right. Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default. Along the terms as forth. Court will sign the judgment. I've struck the consent and placed it under default.
Thank you. So I don't need to take any more action, correct?
No, you're
Thank
good.
you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Peninsula Place Apartments versus Travis Jones.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Travis Jones, not checked in. If you'd like to proceed, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm requesting a possession-only default judgment, rents retained $2,641, court cost of $177.72, for a judgment of $2,818.72.
All right. Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Peninsula Place versus Zaria Fischer.
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor. Miss Fischer was on the screen and she was on a telephone earlier. I don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, they said she just dropped a little bit ago, like that she. I'm sorry. Oh. Counsel, did you receive, your client receive $1,000 from her today?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor. Holly is also here with us on Zoom. Holly, did we receive $1,000?
No, not that I'm aware of.
She sent in, so I guess at the last hearing, she said she was going to pay $1,000 by Monday. which would have been the 13th. It doesn't look like she did
Oh,
what
she's
she
back,
did.
Your Honor. I think this is her cell
Oh.
phone that just rejoined.
Got it. All right. Miss Fischer?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The quad drop.
I can't.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Fischer?
Yes, the quad drop.
Okay. All right. Very good. You gave to the landlord or sent to the landlord $1,000?
I did.
When did you send that to them?
I gave that to them today.
Today? Okay.
Yes.
What, did you put it in the mail or something? What'd you do?
I walked it over to the office.
You did what?
I was waiting to, I had to walk into the office. I was waiting to get paid. So I got paid and I gave it to them.
So you took it to the office?
I did.
Okay. All right, counsel, I had from the last hearing 250551. Is that right?
It's still correct, Your Honor. Holly, do we have that check?
There was a money order brought in. I'm sorry. It appears as though the wrong unit number was written down on it.
Got it.
The wrong.
Oh,
okay.
And that's for 1,000, Holly?
Yes.
Okay, that's what the receipt here. So that would bring the claim amount down to about 150551,
Yes,
something like
Your Honor.
that.
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Fischer, when are you going to get that paid?
I can have it paid by next Friday, the full balance.
Okay. So what's the time?
12.
Can you get that paid before 12 noon?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna adjourn it out to the 24th, 2026, 12 noon. Okay. You need to get that in there as early as you possibly can, because if you have everything paid, then they'll dismiss the case.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Fischer.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Ms. Freeman, next, is that it for you?
That's it for me, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
Oh, yeah. Next time, like when I have a case like that one, you could have helped out, but you just kind of just let the judge hang out there like that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
sometimes it's better not to say anything, Your Honor.
All right.
I don't want to be on your YouTube video.
Holly, take care.
This courtroom moment shows how quickly a situation can go from hopeful to final. The tenant explains her struggles, medical issues, loss of income, and a plan to slowly repay the rent. For a moment, it feels like the court might give her more time. But the judge carefully reviews the numbers and realizes the problem isn't just temporary, it's growing. Even with payments, the total debt would continue to increase. The judge listens with patience, but makes one thing clear. The court has to be fair to both sides. A plan that doesn't realistically solve the issue can't be approved. And then comes the decision, firm, direct, and final. The request to delay eviction is denied. In about a minute, everything changes. What started as a chance to fix, things turns into a hard reality. Because in court, it's not just about effort. It's about whether the plan actually works.